Hello, Mr. Housel here. This video is for Chapter 8 Test Prep, Exponents and Functions. Just on every test, there's always built-in retake opportunities. This is retake for EO10 with rigid transformations. So it's part of our geometry, doing transformations on a coordinate grid. Excuse me there. So we have a couple things we got to do here. One, we have to graph following points to create a triangle. Those points right there. Reflect the figure over the y-axis. Translate the new figure 5 units to the left. So those are the things we have to do. What are the new coordinates of the triangle after the two transformations? So after both transformations. Okay? And we want their new coordinates. It is going to create a triangle because it's 3 coordinate points. So let's go ahead and put them on there. We got 0, 0. We've got 3 up 4. We've got left 3 up 2. We'll go ahead and grab them, connect them. That is our original triangle. I'm going to go ahead and name them A, B, and C. So A, B, and C. Reflect the figure over the y-axis. So the y-axis is the up and down axis. I got to reflect this figure. So fortunately, A is right on the origin, on the y-axis, so its reflection keeps it right where it's at. So that would be A prime as well. Now B, if I need to reflect that over the y-axis is my mirror. Coming over here, go 3 units to hit that, make it go 3 units this way. That's B prime. I'll do the same thing with C. Since this is my mirror, see how far it takes me to get to the mirror? It takes me 3 units. I'm going to make it go 3 units over. That's C prime. I'm going to go ahead and connect those guys together. So that is the coordinate points after the first transformation. So that's done. I'll get a different color here. The next one, translate, which means slide. So I reflect also means flip or mirror it. Translate, slide the figure 5 units to the left. So we're actually going to be off the grid here a little bit, that's okay, we're fine with that. If I go 5 here on this one to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I get A double prime, because it's the second transformation. Transformation just means change. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be C double prime right there. And B is the one that's going to take us off the map. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B double prime. There's that figure that they want the new coordinates on. So I can kind of tell them 0, 0 turns into, almost looks like a face right there. 0, 0 turns into -5, 0. So A double prime turns into -5, 0. B, I'm just calling these things so it's easier to communicate. 3, 4 turns into, that is actually 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a -8 and up 4 units. Still stayed at that height of 4. That would be B double prime. C was at -3, 2. So now C double prime is, that looks like C is at -2 up 2. And that's our answers there. Always like to circle my answers so it's not a treasure hunt for whoever's grading it. Show how you would solve this problem using mapping instead of graphing. So if I were to actually map this, okay, so the coordinate points of the original, okay, x, y, would turn into, after a reflection, when I reflected them over the y-axis, like taking B and reflecting it over the y-axis, B was at 3, 4, B prime turned into being negative 3, 4. If you notice, the y value stayed the same, but I got a sign change for the x values. So to map it, I would just say negative x, y. Okay, that would be the map of that. Then from there, I had to translate it 5 to the left. 5 to the left. So that means I'm going to take this coordinate point here, and I'm going to subtract 5 from the x value, because that'll make it go left. So that would be negative x minus 5, comma y. So what I'm trying to say is I start with my very original. After 2 transformations, I change the sign of the x, subtract 5 from it, keep the y as it is. So you can see how that happens. Change the sign of the x, subtract 5 from it, keep the y value. Change the sign to a negative 3, subtract 5 from it, negative 8, keep the y. Change the sign to a positive 3, subtract 5 from it, negative 2, keep the y. That's my mapping. It could be a little bit of a shortcut rather than graphing it.